I've recently been playing Scarlet Hollow. If you don't know this game, it's a beautifully drawn visual novel where you travel to Scarlet Hollow, a quiet Appalachian town, after your aunt dies to meet a cousin that you've never met. You get to choose two traits at the beginning that will help guide your character's choices and the story across one deadly week, where you can grow your relationships, romantic and platonic, explore haunted houses, and encounter strange creatures. I played this a couple years ago, but I was waiting till all the episodes were released. They still aren't. There's 2 more that's going to be in one bundle coming at some point, hopefully this year. But episode 5, part 1, just released on February 13th, and part 2 of episode 5 is set to be released on February 20th. And it got me thinking about a lot of other visual novels that I've really loved and enjoyed playing, so I thought I'd share 10 of my favorites with you. In Ambition, a Minuet in Power, you play as Yvette in 18th century Paris during the Revolution. She has just arrived in the city to meet her fiancé only to find him missing. Use your calendar to attend parties in the right outfits, learn the secrets of the rich and powerful, and sell the gossip to change the outcome of history or to up your status. There are also 6 romanceable characters to choose from as you enjoy this beautifully illustrated visual novel. This is one of my favorite games. I love the art style, and the gameplay is so fun. I've replayed it multiple times. Each time you play, you get a random villain. I believe that there are 2, and it changes the story a bit. I loved being able to dress the character, and there were a lot of fun romanceable characters, each with their own personalities and storylines. If you're looking for a visual novel, I highly recommend playing this. Arcade Spirits follows an alternate timeline set in the year 20XX, where the 1983 video game crash never occurred. Your customized character just got a job at the Funplex, a popular arcade, which is home to a bunch of unique co-workers and customers. Grow your relationships with a total of 7 romanceable characters. You can use the Iris, an app on your phone, to track your relationship statuses and your personality traits, which you decide while choosing your dialogue. Everything you choose, from personality traits to relationships, your crisis management moments, along with many other choices, determines the future outcome of the arcade. This is also another visual novel that was really fun to play. The characters were all unique and each had their own personality, and I loved the storyline of working at an arcade. The next game on my list is At Eve's Wake. At Eve's Wake is a Lovecraftian horror story about surviving a family you just found out existed, and their servitude to a dark patron. This one sort of reminds me of the movie Ready or Not. Your personality traits will determine how you can overcome certain obstacles throughout the story, from charming to witty or even aggressive, along with knowledge and sanity expressed through different music, shape your dialogue and outcomes. The no autosave function allows you to load back to unravel reality and discover alternative solutions. This game actually encourages you to load up previous saves. This is slightly different from other original novels because this game actually encourages you to save and load back into your previous files to unlock new dialogue and storylines. Another visual novel that I would recommend is Cabernet. In Cabernet, you play as Liza, a newly turned vampire in 15th century Eastern European-inspired world. Gain skills in art, literature, history, and science to help you survive. Along with making sure you get your next meal, you get to meet a cast of characters such as a fraying newlywed couple, kind-hearted, alcoholic coachman, and more, whose lives will change depending on your decisions. You can even adopt a cat. Will you choose to keep your humanity or embrace your newfound nihilism? This is another really awesome visual novel. Again, the art is beautiful, and I loved the storyline. It was fun to be able to dress up your character and make choices and play as a vampire. This next game is called Growing Up. In Growing Up, you get to experience the journey from toddler to adulthood in the 1990s. Create or randomize your character, go to school, learn new skills, make new friends, and even go on adventures. Every decision you make will influence your future career and who your future romantic partner will be. Each playthrough randomizes the 19 characters available to befriend or romance, so it's fun to replay. This is another game that I've played so many times, It just has so many options for career paths. Since it's randomized every time, you can play multiple times to get different characters, learn their storylines and romance them, or just be platonic friends. And once you've completed a game, you can continue by playing as the child of your previous character. Red Embrace Hollywood takes place in 1996 Los Angeles. Your customizable character is turned into a vampire and forced into the dark underworld of society. There are 3 male mentors you can choose from, with optional romantic routes. Choose your vampire house and decide who you're going to be and who you're going to help. This is another one that I've played multiple times since there's different routes you can take. It sort of reminds me of Cabernet, but I feel like the similarities mostly just end with both main characters being vampires and having to choose between to either embrace being a vampire or cling on to your humanity. The next game is Sigh of the Abyss. In this dark fantasy visual novel that takes place in a Renaissance port city, you play as the Envoy, an unnatural being born of sacrifice and empowered by the abyss. While being guided by haunting whispers, your choices determine your personality, relationships, abilities, and whether your companions become friends, rivals, or something more, all while navigating the city. This is one I haven't fully played through, but I think I'm about halfway through, and I can already recommend it. It's really beautiful, it's fun to play. The choices you have to make are very interesting, and a lot of the storyline revolves around figuring out who you are as a character and where you came from and your abilities. So that was really fun to play through, and I'm excited to see the end. If you're a fan of the horror in Scarlet Hollow, then I would recommend The Letter. The Letter is a story-heavy horror visual novel that was inspired by Asian horror classics like The Ring. A group of 7 characters get involved in a centuries-old curse after visiting a mansion. You play as each of the characters, and your choices will shape and drive the story forward. Mend or break apart relationships, try to save the characters, or let them die. Their fate is in your hands. With creepy and gory visuals, this game is perfect to play at night if you want a good scare. This game definitely creeped me out. Even while I was recording to get some footage from it, I got jump scared a couple of times. So just beware of the jump scares. If that's not your thing, then I would recommend that you don't play this game. But if you do like them, definitely play. Pinewood Island is definitely a lesser known visual novel. In Pinewood Island, you create your character, a student who, along with a group of other students, a professor, and his TA, arrive on a secluded island for a 4-week-long science program. After the professor is killed and there is no way to contact the outside world, you have to decide where to focus your energy and who to focus on, while trying to survive, as the other students start to crack under the pressure. There are 3 romanceable options, only men in this game, that you can choose from, along with 20 different endings. This game is another fun one. It's pretty short and it's limited since there are only 3 romanceable men that we get in this game, but I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a short, fun horror visual novel. It's not as scary as The Letter, but it's definitely a fun murder mystery. My last visual novel recommendation is Loretta. Loretta is a psychological thriller that lets you step into the character of Loretta while you lead her through her crimes, her husband's infidelity, and reclaiming her agency during the 1940s in the rural South. Solve puzzles to discover Loretta's past and choose her fate as choices and opportunities present themselves. This game was very fun. I want to play it again because I didn't get the best ending the first time I played, but it was really fun to step into the character of Loretta, and sometimes it's fun to play the villain instead of just being the hero in these visual novels. Those were my recommendations. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any recommendations of your own, please list them below in the comments because I'm always looking for visual novels to play. If you like this video and you want to see more recommendations, cozy games, The Sims gameplay, Animal Crossing gameplay, and other cozy games, and maybe some horror games, please subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching!